Welcome back to the Girls Gone Sporty Boot Camp. We are on week 2 of your upper body workouts. So just like yesterday, breaking boundaries, breaking barriers, for your lower body AMRAP workout, today we'll be doing an upper body AMRAP workout. Very similar in terms of form and function. So we'll be doing our nice 3-minute warm-up, which is the same warm-up as we did for our upper body workout last week. And then we'll be diving into our AMRAP. So just like yesterday, we have 4 exercises that we'll be cycling through. Each exercise we'll be doing for a certain number of repetitions, and we'll be doing them for 2 AMRAPs. So for the first AMRAP, we've got our 10-minute AMRAP, just like yesterday. You'll get a nice 2-minute break. Then you'll be doing the same AMRAP for 5 minutes, seeing how far we can get again. So that is the extent of this workout. It's quick, but it's not easy, if yesterday was any testament. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get started with some jumping jacks. So we have 30 seconds here. Just so you know, if there are any exercises at any point in time, like inchworms or crab walks, any of those particularly that place stress on the wrists, elbows, and shoulder joints, which can be problems for some people, if at any point those aren't a good fit for you, go ahead and do a jog in its place. No big deal. All right, we're going to take it to that skip and reach. So skip up off the ground, reach up into the air with the opposite arm. Bringing that knee up high, reaching the arm like you're trying to grab something off the trees. And you can always march this one out if hopping just isn't feasible. No big deal. We've got inchworms up next. Let's go ahead and take it to your mat if you want to. Roll yourself down, protecting your back. Walk yourself out to plank, and then walk yourself back again. Bending your knees as you need to before rolling yourself back to standing. Coming up 1 vertebrae at a time as you do. It's a good way to warm up your full body, but also to work a little bit on flexibility, particularly of the hamstrings and the low back. We have about 15 seconds here. Give me another 1, maybe another 2, depending on where you're at. And then we'll be moving into our crab walks. All right, if you're on the ground, go ahead. Flip yourself over. Put your hands on the ground, your feet on the ground. Lift up your butt. Take a couple walks back, and then take a couple walks forward. About 15 more seconds here. Again, if any of these that place stress on your shoulder, elbow, and wrist feel uncomfortable, stand up and do a little jog in place instead. No big deal. All right, flip on over. We're doing a bear crawl. So hands on the ground, feet on the ground, lift up those knees, step forward, keeping your hips as low as possible. Couple steps forward, couple steps back. Ten seconds here, and we'll be done with our warm-up. Feeling warm? I am. All right. So today's workout, just like yesterday's workout, we have 4 exercises. Nice upper body work that we will be working on. So we've got push-ups, we have rows, we have dips, and we have Supermans. So we're targeting a little bit of everything, which is good. Push-ups, there are options, as you know. Beginner version, on your knees, hands beneath your shoulders. Check your form to make sure you have a straight line from knees to shoulders to the top of your head even. You're going to bend your elbows, lower yourself to the ground, push yourself back to start. If you're intermediate or advanced, go ahead, take those push-ups to your toes. Same idea, just check your form. Make sure that you're forming a straight line from head to heels and do your push-up. we've got rows. So rows, we will be doing one arm on the ground. So we're going to keep working on that core. So I want you to grab a weight, one weight at a time. We'll be doing 10 rows per arm. So if you're a beginner, you can opt not to use the weight. You can simply, on your knees, do a rowing motion. So you're pulling your arm up by your side, squeezing your scapula, and just rowing even without weight, so that your arm stays right next to your side as you bend your elbow and bring it back. Intermediate or advanced, you can stay on your knees, you can take it to your toes, step those feet out wide to get a nice base of support, same idea, but you're doing it with weight. So 10 per arm, the amount of weight you use will also determine the intensity level. So if you're intermediate, maybe you stay on your knees, but you pick up more weight. Or you can go to your toes, pick up less weight. If you're advanced, stay on your toes and decide what weight is best for you. So 10 on one side, 10 on the other, then we'll move on. We have dips next. So dips, we're going to do it on our butts here. So you've got your arms behind you, you got your feet on the ground, your heels can be on the ground or your whole foot can be on the ground. If you're beginner level, you can even keep your butt on the ground. So you're just bending yourself back, supporting yourself with your triceps and keeping those elbows in close to your sides so that they're not splaying out to the sides. So they're going to be in close, leaning back, and then pressing yourself back to a nice angled seated position. Intermediate or beginner can lift that butt up. And you're doing the same thing, pressing those elbows straight back. Now, I know this might bother some people's wrists. If you're having any sort of wrist problem, go ahead and pick up a weight. Instead, you're going to do an overhead triceps extension. So you can do this seated, you can do this standing. Drop that weight directly down the center of your back with your elbows in close to your ears. Press them right back up again. Advanced individuals, if the dips seem too easy, go ahead and do the overhead triceps extension. Just increase your weight as you need to. So we've got 10 of those, then we have 10 Supermans. So Supermans are going to work on the back side of your back to give you a nice full core workout, so you have options here as well. A full Superman, your arms are extended, your legs are extended, and in one motion, you're tightening up your core, and you're using your core to lift your legs and your upper body up off the ground. So that would be a full Superman. If that is too hard for any reason, you can do a half Superman, where you're just lifting your upper body, and you can bring your arms in closer to your side, which will also make it a little bit easier. Or you can do an alternating Superman. So you lift one arm, one leg, and then alternate it to the other side. So those are your three options for your Superman. So you've got 10 push-ups, 10 rows per arm, you have 10 dips and 10 Supermans, and that is one round of your AMRAP. So we have 10 minutes, then we get a 2-minute rest, and then 5 minutes. So we've got about 10 seconds here before we will get started. And we're starting with push-ups, and I'm going to be going beginner route this time around, so everyone can see that. 3, 2, 1, 10 push-ups. Go as low as you comfortably can, keeping your core tight. That's 3 for me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're doing 10 rows per arm. If you can stay in that push-up position, that's ideal. So you're going to row your arm up. If you can't, if this is just way too hard, I'll show you what to do in a second. This is 9 on this side, 10. If you can't, I want you to go knees and for our knees and palms. So same movement, but you have a nice tabletop back. Not as much core work involved. And that's 10 there. We've got 10 dips to move into whatever tricep move is best for you. So if dips are good, again, I'm doing beginner level this time. So my butt is staying on the ground, leaning back, and I'm using my triceps, tightening up my triceps to press my body back up to seated. If this bothers your wrists or your shoulders, do that overhead triceps extension. That's 8, 9, and 10. So I'm going to be doing the beginner level of the Supermans, which means alternating. So one arm and one leg, alternating sides, really focusing on pulling your core tight to engage the low back as you do this. And that's 10. It's one round done. We're going to take it back to those push-ups. Do what you can. I'm going to see how many I can do on my toes. And 10. All right, I'm going to take those rows. I'm going to step it out onto my toes. Wide base of support, core tight, concentrating on the rowing motion. Ten per side. If that's too hard, take it down to your knees. Same idea. Or go into that tabletop position. Take it to the dips. If you've completed your 10 per side, remember, you're going at whatever pace you can comfortably go at. So if you can't keep up with me, it's no big deal. After dips, you have Supermans. Choose which version is right for you. I'm doing intermediate this time. So I'm just focusing on squeezing my core, my low back, lifting my chest up off the ground in one fell swoop. That's 10. If you need water at any point in time, need a quick breather at any point in time, that's fine, take it, but then hop right back into it again and do what you can. I'm gonna take it back to my push-ups. We have 5 minutes to go here. Ten push-ups with good form, flat back, then take it to your row. I'm going to keep it stepped out, but I'm going to reduce my weight because I've decided those 10s are not cutting it for me. So one hand on the ground, feet stepped wide out to the side, and I'm going to do 10 rows here. Squeezing that elbow back. Shaking is normal, but if you shake too much where you're compromising form, alternate, switch out the exercise you're doing, go easier. After your rows, move on to dips or overhead shoulder press. Overhead triceps dips. Geez, as I get tired, my words leave me. I'm going to do the triceps overhead extension this time. Keep those elbows close into your head if you do. Keep a tight grip on the dumbbell. And down to Supermans. I'm doing a full Superman this time. And once I'm done, we'll be done with 3 rounds. Nice work. We have about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. Can you make it through one more round? I'm taking it back to my knees for these push-ups. My upper body strength is not my personal strong point. Remember, it's important to keep moving and keep correct form. 10 push-ups at whatever speed you can do. Take breaks as needed. Got 10 there. I'm going to go back to my rows. This time I'm going to stay in the tabletop position. Remember, that is an option. So one arm at a time. Squeeze that scapula in towards your spine. Keep your head aligned with your back. Do one arm and then switch. 10 on the other side. Got to even things out. Squeeze that scapula. Doing great here. Take it to the dips. We have 40 seconds left. All you gotta do is make it through dips and Supermans. "20 seconds. Can you even make it to the start of your 5th round? You do what you can. Don't rush things. Just do what you can with good form. And you're done. 2-minute break here. Shake out those arms. Stretch them out if you need to. Take one arm across your chest. Nice little shoulder stretch there. I know your shoulders are tired. All those push-ups, all those rows, they really tax the shoulders. Even though they're not theoretically directly working the shoulders, they're involved for sure. Arm up over your head, stretch that tricep. Just think, you've done 10 minutes. You're already 2/3 of the way done with your workout. These workouts are short and sweet, but they are tough. All right, take your arms out to the side, thumbs down, reach your arms back as far as you can. Try to get a nice little bit of a chest stretch there. Really reach. If you're super flexible, go ahead and intertwine your hands, press your palms down towards the ground, open your chest and look up. Further getting a chest stretch there. All right. Okay, deep breaths here. We have about 40 seconds left. So again, if you need water, get water. I want to emphasize for this last 5 minutes, form, form, form. Most women, not all women, but most women have a little bit of trouble with upper body strength. Trouble might not be the correct word, but it might not be a strong point. So be sure to do what you personally can. If you need to keep good form, but go lower into each exercise, that's completely fine. So if you don't want to take that push up all the way to the floor, don't. Just focus on form. We got 3 seconds here, 2, 1, and 5 minutes to go. Move out into those push-ups. 10 of them here. Just keep going. All right, grab your weight for your row, 10 per side. Do what you can. I'm going to go into a knee push-up position here with heavier weight. You might be surprised what you can actually accomplish. I just ask that you hang with me here. Do the version that works for you, but keep moving. Just keep doing something. If that means it takes you 2 minutes to complete 10 push-ups, that's what that means. Once you're done with your 10 rows per arm, move it into your 10 dips. Remember options. You can keep your butt on the ground. Just remember, you're pressing up with your triceps, isolating those muscles in the back of your upper arm. So don't actually try to engage your core too much here. And move into your version of the Supermans. So I'm going to do alternating arm and leg this time. You do what's best for you. Remember, you're tightening up your low back and your core to initiate the movement of your upper body and leg. If you're done with one round, try to move directly into your second round. See if you can't make it through 2 total rounds during this 5 minutes. About halfway in. On the rows after your push-up, again, if you need to take it to the tabletop, take it to the tabletop. If you do, increase the weight a little bit since you're not engaging your core as much. So you can really squeeze your scapula and really feel this exercise in the major muscle groups of your back. Ten of these per arm. Less than 2 minutes to go. Hang in there. All right, after your rows, go to your dips. Again, if you need to, do the overhead triceps extension instead. 10 of these. And we have 1 minute left. Move into your Supermans as you can. Do whichever version works for you. 10 of them here. Tighten up that core. 35 seconds. If you're done with 2 rounds with me, how far can you get into that 3rd round? Can you give me 10 push-ups? We have 25 seconds. Tight core. Do what you can. Ten seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. My upper body is tired, and I hope your upper body is tired as well. It's been a great workout. It's amazing how hard you can work in just 15 minutes of effort. Really, if you're keeping your heart rate up, if you're challenging yourself, if you're pushing your boundaries and really asking yourself, can I do this for 10 minutes? And can I do this for 5 minutes? Almost always, the answer is yes. It's a matter of keeping moving. And it's amazing what you can accomplish mentally and physically when you know that as long as you're working hard and you're completing your time, you're a total success. So thanks for hanging in there with me today. Tomorrow is a rest day. Enjoy it. Take a walk with a friend if you'd like to. Come back and meet me the day after tomorrow for your total body workout routine. I appreciate you. See you soon.